Sorry about that. I thought it would be a short call.
No worries. Bad news?
Nothing important. My son has decided I'm no longer capable of looking after my finances or my health. I told him that he could. It's not important. They're all packed up and gone. So, what were we talking about? I've forgotten.
James, you can talk to me about anything. We're friends.
I consider us a little more than friends.
We are, but we should be able to talk as friends as well.
Well, there's not much to say, Peggy. They all came down for their annual visit, masks and all. My daughter-in-law took over the kitchen. My grandsons managed to stay out of my way. The time was pleasant, but I'm glad to have the house back to myself. They did clean up before they left. I made sure of that.
Okay.
And I must apologize again for canceling our dinner plans with them. I just thought it was the wrong time to introduce our relationship. They are family, but my personal life is personal.
You seem irritated.
Do I?
Yes.
Well, maybe so. Let's change the subject. Have you cleared your calendar for the weekend of the 15th?
No, that weekend isn't good for me. I have teacher training, a reading workshop.
On a Saturday?
Yes, on a Saturday. Teachers work long weeks, and weekends are the only time we have to get the credits we need for our license renewal.
Well, the weekend of the 22nd isn't good for me because that's the week I had my vaccine shot. And apparently I won't be very pleasant to be around for a couple of days. Do you have yours scheduled?
My first shot's on the 28th.
Oh, well, then the 29th isn't good either.
Mm-mm.
I sure will be looking forward to the time when we get to see one another more personally and in person.
Yes.
You know, I spent 40 years fixing people's mouths, and now everyone is wearing masks over their mouths. It's ironic. I retired just in time.
I'm sure your patients miss you.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so. I was a damn good dentist. So let's see. The 5 and the 6 and the 7 would be a good time for a getaway. It'll be warm then, and we can get outdoors more often.
No, that weekend isn't good for me.
This seems to be going nowhere. Maybe you should pick a weekend when you're available, ideally within 6 months.
James, I've been thinking.
That's not good.
I don't think we're ready for a weekend away together.
Really? I do.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
I don't think we know each other well enough. It's been fun spending time together, and I've enjoyed our dinner dates, but
Before you make any drastic decisions, let's both face the fact that we live in very stressful times.
I know.
It would be difficult to start a relationship in the middle of a quarantine for any two people.
It's more complicated than that.
See. Well, is there anything I've done in particular to make you pull away? I think I've been the perfect gentleman.
You have.
Well, enlighten me.
All right. May I ask you a question?
The ball's in your court.
You never ask me about what's going on in my life. Why?
All right.
James, my husband is filing for divorce. My daughter is still missing. And we're selling our house.
Well, you have a lot on your plate.
Why don't you ever? You never ask me how I'm feeling. My life is in shambles, and I don't think I can talk to you about it.
Peggy, I know you're going through a tough time. I'd like to think that our time together is sort of a safe haven for you.
What do you mean?
Our time together should be pleasant conversations, martini dinners, long walks, and maybe a weekend get together occasionally.
But what?
Living in chaotic times, Peggy, and I have no desire to let that seep into every corner of my life. You should feel the same.
Pleasant conversations are fine, but I want more.
Why?
Because that's how relationships work. You share and I listen. I share and you listen. I need to feel connected to you. I need to know that you care about me. How can I have intimate feelings for you and all you want from me other than that are pleasant conversations?
You're getting upset.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
All right, Peggy, I'll say this once. My life has not always been pleasant. My childhood wasn't Dickensian per se, but my parents had difficulty keeping the lights on. I had to work most of my young life. And then, of course, I had to struggle to put myself through college and then dental school. I made a lot of sacrifices to build my practice, and I'm quite proud of that. I had a good marriage, but it took work. My wife was emotionally capricious, and she wasn't suited to raising three boys. Most days I come home from the office to find a house in chaos. And many evenings I spent trying to clean up the turmoil.
I'm sorry.
Let me finish. You wanted me to share. After a few years, I found little comfort in being at home. There was always a crisis, and not just with my three sons and my wife's family. Most of them illiterate imbeciles would always drop in unannounced. And since I was the only one in the clan with an education, I was expected to fix their self-inflicted problems.
James,
The point
I
is,
really,
the point is that I spent most of my life caring for other people. I paid my dues. I no longer feel the necessity of keeping other people happy. I no longer feel the desire to save anyone. I am retired.
okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for your honesty. I don't agree with you, but I can see why you feel that way. I'm glad to know you have such strong feelings. I wasn't sure you felt anything.
Oh, Peggy.
Oh, well, maybe my therapist is right. My expectations are too high. Maybe I'm just a silly old woman.
You're not a silly old woman. I don't date silly old women. I enjoy our time together. You make me laugh. I feel good being around you, better than I felt in years.
Thank you. I enjoy our time together as well.
Life does not have to be complicated, Peggy.
I know.
So let's have fun together. Let's throw caution to the winds.
What type of fun?
Well, if I told you that, it wouldn't be fun. You have to trust me.
Okay, you're in charge. I'll clear my calendar for the weekend of the 5th.
Great. And it will be fun.
Better be.
I promise.
And I promise no chaos, just honesty.
Doubtless the best policy. Want to talk soon?
Of course.
Until then, I bid you adieu.
Bye, James.
Bye.